Homework 21 video walkthrough, picking up right where we left off. Question number 1 asks, why did Sinbad's parents support his dreams? And we have 4 options to choose from. A, they wanted him to become rich. B, they recognized his adventurous spirit. C, they were concerned for his safety. And D, they wanted him to explore exotic lands. The correct answer here is B. They recognized his adventurous spirit. Now let's break down why this is the right answer. Sinbad's parents saw that he had this amazing, strong desire to explore and discover new things. They knew he had a passion for uncovering mysteries. Now let's look at why the other answers aren't quite right. It's not A, because the story doesn't really focus on them wanting him to become rich. It's not C, because even though they probably worried about him, that wasn't the main reason they supported him. And it's not D, because exploring those exotic lands was really Sinbad's dream, not necessarily their reason for supporting him. Okay, moving on to question number 2. What motivated Sinbad to embark on his maiden voyage? Our choices are A, his parents' insistence, B, the promise of hidden treasures, C, his insatiable curiosity, and D, the tales of wise sailors. The correct answer is C, his insatiable curiosity. Sinbad was just incredibly curious about the world. That never-ending curiosity was the biggest reason he wanted to set sail and see what was out there. Option A is incorrect because his parents didn't force him to go. Option B is incorrect because while treasures are mentioned in the stories, it was his curiosity that really got him going. And option D is incorrect because the tales from sailors came later and helped him along the way, but weren't what started his journey. All right, let's tackle question number 3. How did Sinbad navigate through the perils of the ocean? Was it A, with the help of his parents, B, by learning from the wise sailors of Baghdad, C, by using advanced navigation technology, or D, with the assistance of the locals in Zanzibar? The correct answer is B, by learning from the wise sailors of Baghdad. Sinbad was able to survive all those dangers at sea because he learned a lot from those experienced sailors back in Baghdad. They taught him what he needed to know. It's not A, because his parents weren't with him on his voyages. It's not C, because they didn't have fancy technology back then. And it's not D, because even though he did meet people in Zanzibar, they didn't teach him how to navigate the ocean. Now let's move on to question 4. Which statement best describes the effect of Sinbad's visit to Serendib? A, it made him lose interest in exploring further. B, it deepened his curiosity and desire for more adventures. C, it made him fearful of the unknown. Or D, it discouraged him from continuing his journey. The correct answer here is B, it deepened his curiosity and desire for more adventures. His time in Serendib really made him even more excited about exploring. It made him want to see and discover even more. It is not A, because he wanted to explore more, not less. It is not C, because he was not fearful. He became more courageous. It is not D, because he continued his journey with more passion. All right, let's go on to question 5. What did Sinbad learn from his time in Zanzibar? A, the art of negotiation. B, the dangers of pirate encounters. C, the importance of avoiding mythical sea creatures. Or D, the significance of finding hidden treasures. The correct answer is A, the art of negotiation. While he was in Zanzibar, Sinbad really learned how to talk to people and make deals. He learned how to negotiate and interact with the locals effectively. It is not B, because the pirates are mentioned later in his journey. Not here. It is not C, because mythical sea creatures were faced earlier. It is not D, because Zanzibar was about trading skills, not hidden treasures. And finally, question number 6. In Constantinople, Sinbad engaged in intellectual discussions with A, wise scholars, B, ruthless pirates, C, locals from Zanzibar, or D, creatures of mythical beauty. The correct answer is A, wise scholars. Sinbad spent time talking and sharing ideas with smart, educated people in Constantinople. He broadened his mind by discussing ideas with wise scholars in Constantinople. It is not B, because pirates were a danger, not discussion partners. It is not C, because Zanzibar locals helped with trade, not deep discussions. It is not D, because mythical creatures were faced at sea, not in Constantinople. Question 7 asks, what was one of the challenges Sinbad faced during his travels? Was it A, finding hidden treasures in Serendib, B, negotiating with merchants in Zanzibar, C, engaging in intellectual discussions in Constantinople, or D, encountering dangerous situations? The correct answer here is D, encountering dangerous situations. Explanation. Think about it. In his travels, Sinbad ran into all sorts of trouble, like big storms at sea, scary sea creatures, and even pirates. So while he did find treasures, that wasn't really the main difficulty he faced. Negotiating with merchants was a skill he picked up along the way, not a challenge. And having chats with smart people, well, those were good experiences for him, not tough ones. Next up, question 8. What did Sinbad bring back to Baghdad at the end of his journeys? A. Tales of bravery and resilience. B. An enemy ship. C. Maps of more treasures. Or D. Sea creatures from the ocean. The right answer is A. Tales of bravery and resilience. Explanation. Sinbad came home with amazing stories of all the brave and strong things he did and saw on his adventures. There's no mention of him stealing a ship. While he did have some idea of where treasures might be, he mostly brought back the stories of his experiences. And no, he didn't bring any sea creatures back home with him. Question 9. Sinbad's adventures inspired people to A. Stay within the comfort of their homes. B. Believe in the power of material possessions. C. Dream of their own grand adventures. Or D. Avoid engaging in intellectual discussions. The correct answer is C. Dream of their own grand adventures. Explanation. Sinbad's exciting journeys made other people want to have their own adventures. He definitely didn't want people to stay home, and his story showed that the stuff you own isn't as important as what you do and see. The adventures are about doing and seeing, not really about discussions. Question 10. What was the main message of Sinbad's tales? A. The importance of accumulating material wealth. B. The dangers of exploring the world. C. The significance of curiosity and determination. Or D. The necessity of staying close to one's homeland? The answer here is C. The significance of curiosity and determination. Explanation. Sinbad's stories really show how important it is to be curious and to keep trying, even when things get tough. The stories value what you experience, not how much stuff you have. Even though there were dangers, Sinbad thought exploring was a good thing, and he traveled all over, so he clearly didn't think you needed to stay close to home. Question 11. Sinbad's legacy transcended time and borders because A. His tales were shared by the wise scholars of Constantinople. B. His journeys had a lasting impact on the city of Baghdad. C. People from different cultures could relate to his adventures. Or D. He amassed great material wealth during his travels. The correct answer is C. People from different cultures could relate to his adventures. Explanation. Because Sinbad's experiences of bravery and discovering new things were universal, people of all cultures enjoyed his stories. Although scholars liked him, that is not the reason why he was famous and remembered. His impact was bigger than just the city of Baghdad, and his legacy is more about the experiences than the wealth he got. Last question, number 12. Sinbad believed true wealth lies in A. The bonds forged along the way. B. Accumulating hidden treasures. C. Intellectual knowledge and wisdom. Or D. The grandeur of palaces and cities. The correct answer is A. The bonds forged along the way. Explanation. Sinbad thought that the friendships you make and the experiences you have are the most important things in life, much more important than finding treasures. And although he learned from smart people, he valued friendship most of all. He liked seeing grand cities, but he knew that real wealth was in the connections you make with people. With question 13. Question 13. What can be inferred about Sinbad's future endeavors? A. He will retire from his adventurous life. B. He will settle down in Baghdad. C. He will continue to explore new horizons. D. He will become a storyteller in Zanzibar. The correct answer is C. He will continue to explore new horizons. Why? Well, at the end of the story, Sinbad sets sail again, which tells us he's excited for more adventures. He's not ready to stop exploring. Option A is incorrect because he didn't retire. Option B is also incorrect because he didn't stay in one place, like settling down in Baghdad. And finally, option D is incorrect because he continued to be a traveler, not a storyteller who stays put. Question 14. Sinbad's stories instilled in people a sense of A. Fear and caution. B. Wonder and curiosity. C. Complacency and satisfaction. D. Skepticism and doubt. The correct answer is B. Wonder and curiosity. Sinbad's exciting tales made people feel curious about the world. Option A is incorrect because the main feeling wasn't fear. Option C is incorrect because the stories made people want to have adventures, not be satisfied with staying home. And option D is incorrect because the stories were about believing in exploration, not doubting it. Question 15. How did Sinbad feel as he set sail once more? A. Grateful and content. B. Weary and tired. C. Fearful and uncertain. D. Anxious and doubtful. The correct answer is A. Grateful and content. Sinbad felt thankful for the adventures he had already experienced and happy to start new ones. So option B is incorrect because he wasn't tired, and options C and D are incorrect because he wasn't scared or doubtful. He felt hopeful. Question 16. What does the word vibrant mean in the context of the sentence? Once upon a time in the vibrant city of Baghdad. A. Dull. B. Lively. C. Dangerous. D. Empty. The correct answer is B. Lively. The word vibrant describes Baghdad as a city full of life, color, and energy. Option A is incorrect because dull is the opposite of vibrant. Option C is incorrect because vibrant doesn't mean dangerous. And option D is incorrect because Baghdad was full of life, not empty. Question 17. What does the word insatiable mean? As used in the sentence, Sinbad had a heart full of curiosity and an insatiable desire to uncover the mysteries of the world. A. Temporary. B. Satisfied. C. Unquenchable. D. Controllable. The correct answer is C. Unquenchable. If someone has an insatiable desire, it means they can never get enough of it. It can't be satisfied, no matter how much they get. So option A is incorrect because it wasn't temporary, and option B is incorrect because he was never fully satisfied. Option D is incorrect because it wasn't something he could easily control. Question 18. What does the word perils refer to in the sentence? Sinbad navigated through the perils and emerged victorious. A. Rewards. B. Opportunities. C. Difficulties. D. Celebrations. The correct answer is C. Difficulties. Perils means dangers or hardships that Sinbad had to overcome. Option A is incorrect because perils are not rewards. Option B is incorrect because perils are negative, not opportunities. And option D is incorrect because perils are about challenges, not celebrations. Question 19. Question 19 says, what does the word mythical mean, as used in the sentence? Sinbad explored the lush jungles, discovered sparkling gemstones, and encountered creatures of mythical beauty. A. Cursed. B. Bewildered. C. Hypnotized. D. Legendary. The correct answer is D. Legendary. Explanation. Mythical refers to something legendary, magical, or from myths, like old stories. It's not A, because cursed means something bad or unlucky. It is not B, because bewildered means confused. It is not C, because hypnotized means under a spell, not legendary. Now, let's move on to question 20. Question 20 says, what does the word majestic mean in the sentence, Sinbad's journey led him to the majestic city of Constantinople? A. Small. B. Shabby. C. Grand. D. Abandoned. The correct answer is C. Grand. Explanation. Majestic means impressive and grand, describing the beauty and splendor of Constantinople. It is not A, because majestic does not mean small. It is not B, because shabby means worn down, the opposite of majestic. It is not D, because abandoned means empty or left behind, not grand. Let's proceed to question 21. Question 21 says, the boys danced to the song. Identify the subject and the object. A. Song. Boys. B. Boys. Danced. C. Danced boys. D. Boys. Song. The correct answer is D. Boys' song. Explanation. The subject is who or what the sentence is about, and the object is what receives the action. In this sentence, the boys are doing the action of dancing, so boys is the subject. The song is what they are dancing to, so song is the object. It is not A because the song is not dancing. It is not B because danced is the action, not the object. It is not C because danced is not the subject. Okay, next up is question 22. Question 22 says, the lady opened the door. Identify the subject and the object. A. Lady door. B. Lady. Opened. C. Opened lady. D. Door. Lady. The correct answer is A. Lady door. Explanation. The lady is doing the action, so she is the subject. The door is being opened, so it is the object. It is not B, because opened is the action, not the object. It is not C, because opened is not the subject. It is not D, because the door is not opening the lady. Now we have question 23. Question 23 says, he drove into town. Identify the subject and the object. A, drove, town. B, town, he, C, he, town. D, town, drove. The correct answer is C, he, town. Explanation. He is doing the action of driving, so he is the subject. Town is where he is driving into, so town is the object. It is not A, because drove is the verb, not the subject. It is not B, because town is not driving him. It is not D, because drove is not the object. And finally, question 24. Question 24 says, James climbed the hill. Identify the subject and the object. A, hill, James. B, James, hill. C, climbed, James. D, James, climbed. The correct answer is B, James, hill. Explanation. James is doing the climbing, so he is the subject. The hill is what he climbed, so it is the object. It is not A, because the hill did not climb James. It is not C, because climbed is the verb, not the subject. It is not D, because climbed is not the object. Question 25 says, the teacher spoke to the class. Identify the subject and the object. The choices are A, teacher spoke, B, class, teacher, C, spoke, teacher, D, teacher, class. The correct answer is D, teacher, class. Here's why. The subject is who or what is doing the action. In this sentence, the teacher is doing the speaking, so teacher is the subject. The object is who or what receives the action. Here, the teacher is speaking to the class, so class is the object. It's not A, because spoke is the action itself, not the object. It's not B, because the teacher spoke to the class, not the other way around. And it's not C, because spoke is not the subject. Question 26 says, Lucy washed the dishes. Identify the subject and the object. A, Lucy, dishes. B, washed dishes. C, dishes, washed. D, dishes, Lucy. The correct answer is A, Lucy, dishes. Explanation. Lucy is doing the washing, so Lucy is the subject. The dishes are what is being washed, so dishes are the object. It is not B, because washed is the action, not the subject. It is not C, because dishes are not doing the washing. It is not D, because dishes are not acting on Lucy. Question 27 says, the man watched the boats. Identify the subject and the object. A, man, watched. B, boat. Man, C, man, boat. D, watched boats. The correct answer is C, man, boat. Explanation. The man is doing the watching, so man is the subject. The boats are being watched, so boats are the object. It is not A, because watched is the action, not the object. It is not B, because boat is not watching the man. It is not D, because watched is not the subject. Question 28 says, they opened their presents. Identify the subject and the object. A, presents, they. B, they, presents. C, opened, presents. D, presents, opened. The correct answer is B, they, presents. Explanation. They is the subject because they are doing the opening. Presents are the object because they are being opened. It is not A, because presents are not opening they. It is not C, because opened is the action, not the object. It is not D, because presents are not doing any action. Question 29 says, Chris ate an apple. Identify the subject and the object. A, Chris, apple. B, ate Chris. C, apple, Chris. D, apple, ate. The correct answer is A, Chris, apple. Explanation. Chris is eating, so Chris is the subject. Apple is being eaten, so apple is the object. It is not B, because ate is the action. It is not C, because the apple is not eating Chris. It is not D, because apple is not the one doing anything. Question 30 says, Jane looked in the fridge. Identify the subject and the object. A, looked, fridge. B, fridge. Look. C, Jane, fridge. D, fridge, Jane. The correct answer is C, Jane, fridge. Explanation. Jane is doing the action of looking, so Jane is the subject. Fridge is where she is looking, so fridge is the object. It is not A, because looked is the verb, not the subject. It is not B, because fridge is not looking. It is not D, because the fridge is not doing any action. Question 31 says, determine if the word me is a noun or a pronoun. A, pronoun. B, noun. C, none of the above. The correct answer is A, pronoun. Explanation. Me is a pronoun because it replaces a noun when talking about yourself. Think of it like this. Instead of saying Chris likes Chris, you'd say Chris likes me. Me is standing in for Chris. It is not B because a noun names a person, place, or thing, and me replaces a noun. It is not C because pronoun is the correct answer. Question 32 says, determine if the word smiling is a noun or a pronoun. A, pronoun. B, noun. C, none of the above. The correct answer is C, none of the above. Explanation. Smiling is a verb. It's an action. More specifically, it is a present participle, not a noun or a pronoun. It is not A because it is not a pronoun. It is not B because it is not a noun. C is correct because it is neither. How are we doing so far? Question 33. The question says, determine if the word Miranda is a noun or a pronoun. A, none of the above. B, noun. C, pronoun. The correct answer is B, noun. Here's why. Miranda is a name, and names are always nouns because nouns name people, places, things, or ideas. It's definitely not none of the above because it is something, and it's not a pronoun because pronouns stand in for nouns. They don't name things directly. Question 34. The question says, determine if the word cave is a noun or a pronoun. A, noun. B, pronoun. C, none of the above. The correct answer is A, noun. A cave is a place, right? And like we just said, nouns name places. Pronouns don't name places. They replace the name of a place or person or thing. So it's not B, and it's definitely not C because cave is a noun. Question 35. The question says, green plants swayed to music that only they could hear. Identify the noun and the pronoun it has been replaced with. A, he, Guster. B, he, army. C, army. He, D, Guster. He. The correct answer is D, Guster, he. Okay, in these questions, we have to figure out which word is being replaced by another word. So he is the pronoun that replaces the noun Guster. It is not A because Guster is not replaced with his here. It is not B because the pronoun he replaces Guster, not army. It is not C because army is not being replaced. Question 36. The question says, Guster paddled with his back legs. Identify the noun and the pronoun it has been replaced with. A, Guster. His. B, his back legs. C, his, Guster. D, back legs. His. The correct answer is A, Guster, his. His refers to Guster, so Guster is the noun, and his is the pronoun. It is not B, because back legs is not a pronoun. It is not C, because his is the pronoun, not the noun. It is not D, because back legs are not pronouns. Question 37. The question says, yuck, said Guster to himself. Identify the noun and the pronoun it has been replaced with. A, himself, Guster. B, Guster, yuck. C, Guster, himself. D, yuck, Guster. The correct answer is C, Guster, himself. Himself is the pronoun that refers back to Guster. It is not A, because himself is the pronoun, not the noun. It is not B, because Guster and yuck are not the correct relationship here. It is not D, because yuck is not a noun being replaced. Question 38. The question says, Miranda grabbed her boots. Identify the noun and the pronoun it has been replaced with. A, grabbed boots. B, Miranda, her. C, boots, grabbed. D, her, Miranda. The correct answer is B, Miranda, her. Her refers to Miranda, so Miranda is the noun and her is the pronoun. It is not A, because grabbed is the verb. It is not C, because boots are the object, not the pronoun. It is not D, because Miranda is the noun being replaced, not the pronoun. Question 39. The question says, Gran wrapped a long, striped scarf around Miranda's neck. then gently teased her frizzy hair loose. Identify the noun and the pronoun it has been replaced with. A. Her Mirandas. B. Miranda's her. C. Gran. Wrapped. D. Wrapped. Gran. The correct answer is B. Miranda's her. Her refers to Miranda, and Miranda's shows possession. It is not A because it reverses the order. It is not C because Gran is not the pronoun. It is not D because wrapped is the action, not a noun or pronoun. Question 40. The question says, I enjoy lots of different types of films: horror, fantasy, comedy, and sci-fi. Is the sentence correct? A. I enjoy lots of different types of films: horror, fantasy, comedy, and sci-fi. B. I enjoy lots of different types of films: horror, fantasy, comedy, and sci-fi. C. Sentence is correct. The correct answer is C. Sentence is correct. The colon is used correctly to introduce the list. It is not A because there is an unnecessary comma after and. It is not B because it is missing the correct punctuation before and. Question 41. The question says, I had to get a few things from the shop: bread, milk, eggs, and some fruit. Is the sentence correct? A. I had to get a few things from the shop: bread, milk, eggs, and some fruit. B. I had to get a few things from the shop: bread, milk, eggs, and some fruit. C. Sentence is correct. The correct answer is A. I had to get a few things from the shop: bread, milk, eggs, and some fruit. A colon should be used before listing several things. It is not B because there is no colon. It is not C because the sentence needed correcting. Question 42. The question says, my mom wants to see 3 cities in Italy: Rome, Florence, and Venice. Is the sentence correct? A. My mom wants to see 3 cities in Italy: Rome, Florence, and Venice. B. Sentence is correct. C. My mom wants to see 3 cities in Italy: Rome, Florence, and Venice. The correct answer is B. Sentence is correct. The colon is used correctly to introduce the list of cities. It is not A because there should not be 2 colons. It is not C because the colon is placed incorrectly. Question 43. The question says, at school, I have 3 favorite subjects: art, English, and science. Is the sentence correct? A. At school, I have 3 favorite subjects: art, English, and science. B. Sentence is correct. C. At school, I have 3 favorite subjects: art, English, and science. The correct answer is C. At school, I have 3 favorite subjects: art, English, and science. In British English, the colon is correctly placed after the word subjects to introduce the list of art, English, and science. It is not A because the colon after at school is wrong and favorite is the American spelling. It is not B because the original sentence without the colon after subjects is incorrect punctuation. Going with our homework review, question 44 asks, we all knew who would win the football game, the Tigers. Is the sentence correct? The options are A. Sentence is correct. B. We all knew who would win the football game, the Tigers, and C. We all knew who would win the football game, the Tigers. The answer here is B. We all knew who would win the football game, the Tigers. So why is that? Well, the colon, that little punctuation mark with one dot on top of another, should come right after football game. It's used to introduce who the winners actually are: the Tigers. Option A isn't right because the original sentence is a bit confusing. It doesn't clearly show who won. Option C isn't the best either, because putting the colon after who would win doesn't properly tell us who the specific winners are. Therefore, option B is the winner, because it cleanly separates the announcement that the Tigers are the winners. Question 45. After school, I have got to fetch a few things: a parcel from the post office, a new bus pass, and a bottle of water. Is the sentence correct? A. After school, I have to fetch a few things: a parcel from the post office, a new bus pass, and a bottle of water. B. After school, I have to fetch a few things: a parcel from the post office, a new bus pass, and a bottle of water. C. Sentence is correct. The correct answer is B. After school, I have to fetch a few things: a parcel from the post office, a new bus pass, and a bottle of water. Here, the colon is correctly used to introduce the list of items after a few things. Option A isn't correct because the colon is in the wrong place. It doesn't really make sense there. Option C is incorrect because the sentence definitely needed some help with its punctuation. Question 46 states, when watching television, I only ever want to watch one type of program soap operas. Is the sentence correct? A. When watching television, I only ever watch one type of program, soap operas. B. Sentence is correct. C. When watching television, I only ever want to watch one type of program, soap operas. The answer is C. When watching television, I only ever want to watch one type of program, soap operas. The colon correctly introduces the type of program. Option A has a slightly different wording. And option B isn't right because the original sentence needed some punctuation work. Question 47. The main character in the story said, "Believe in yourself." Is the sentence correct? A. The main character in the story said, "Believe in yourself." B. Sentence is correct. C. The main character in the story said, "Believe in yourself." The correct answer is B. Sentence is correct. In this case, the colon is used correctly to introduce a direct quote. It tells us that the main character is about to say something important. Option A puts the colon in the wrong place, which makes the sentence sound awkward. Option C isn't great either, because the placement of the colon makes the sentence a bit unclear. Question 48. For blank, humans have marveled at the beauty and richness of honey. Choose the correct word for 48. The choices are A. Meals, B. Centuries, C. Spirit. The correct answer is B. Centuries. Centuries works best because it makes sense that for a long time, over many centuries, humans have admired honey. Meals doesn't really fit because it doesn't refer to a long period of time, and spirit doesn't relate to the passage of time at all. Question 49 says, humans have marveled at the beauty and richness of honey, not only as a delightful treat, but also as a source of incredible health blank. For 49, choose the correct word. A. Diverse, B. Benefits, C. Enhance. The correct answer is B. Benefits. Here, we're talking about the health benefits of honey. Diverse doesn't really fit the meaning about health, and enhance wouldn't make sense without something to enhance. Question 50. Honey is brimming with antioxidants, enzymes, and antibacterial properties that can blank our well-being. Choose the correct word for 50. A. Enhance, B. Nectar, C. Centuries. The answer is A. Enhance. Enhance means to improve, which fits perfectly with the idea of boosting our well-being. Nectar is what bees collect, and centuries just doesn't make sense in this context. Question 51. Honey has been used as a natural blank across cultures and civilizations. Choose the correct word for 51. A. Remedy, B. Intelligence, C. Nourishing. The correct answer is A. Remedy. Remedy fits because honey has been used for healing purposes. Intelligence is unrelated, and nourishing is more about providing nutrients, not specifically healing. Question 52. Honey's wonders do not stop there. Its blank flavors make it a versatile ingredient. Choose the correct word for 52. A. Benefits, B. Diverse, C. Intelligence. The correct answer is B. Diverse. Diverse means many different types, which describes the variety of flavors in honey. Benefits doesn't describe flavors, and intelligence isn't related to flavors at all. Question 53. Honey adds a touch of sweetness and complexity to dishes, turning ordinary blank into extraordinary culinary experiences. Choose the correct word for 53. A. Enhance, B. Remedy, C. Meals. The correct answer is C. Meals. Meals fits because it refers to the food dishes being enhanced by honey. Enhance is an action, not a thing, and remedy doesn't fit in the context of food. And finally, question 54. Bees diligently collect blank from flowers. Choose the correct word for 54. A. Nectar, B. Spirit, C. Diverse. The correct answer is A. Nectar. Bees collect nectar from flowers to make honey. Spirit is abstract and unrelated, and diverse is an adjective. F says, honey showcases the incredible teamwork and blank of these buzzing creatures. We have to choose the correct word. Is it A. Meals, B. Remedy, or C. Intelligence? The correct answer is C. Intelligence. Explanation. We know that bees work together really well, and this shows how smart they are, so we're praising their intelligence. It's not A. Meals, because that doesn't really fit with talking about teamwork. And it's not B. Remedy, because that has to do with fixing something, and that doesn't fit either. Question 56. For those with an adventurous blank, exploring different types of honey is a thrilling sensory experience. Should we pick A, enhance, B, remedy, or C, spirit? The correct answer is C, spirit. Explanation. If you have an adventurous spirit, that means you like trying new and exciting things. So that fits perfectly. It's not A, enhance, because that's something you do to make something better. And it's not B, remedy, because that's for fixing something when you're not feeling well, and that doesn't make sense here. Question 57. Honey remains captivating and blank gift from nature. Is the missing word A, nectar, B, nourishing, or C, diverse? The correct answer is B, nourishing. Explanation. Nourishing means that honey helps you grow and stay healthy. So it's a gift that gives us good things. It's not A, nectar, because that's what bees collect to make honey, but it doesn't describe the honey itself. And it's not C, diverse, because that means there are lots of different types. But we're talking about what honey does for us. Question 58. What is the perimeter of shape C? Is it A, 9 centimeters, B, 9 centimeters, C, 14 centimeters, or D, 12 centimeters? The correct answer is D, 12 centimeters. Explanation. Remember, the perimeter is the distance all the way around the outside of the shape. Shape C has 4 sides, and each side is 3 centimeters long. So we add 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and that gives us 12 centimeters. So A and B are too small, and C is too big. Question 59. Which shape has a perimeter of 10 centimeters? Is it A, shape A, B, shape B, C, shape C, or D, shape D? The correct answer is B, shape B. Explanation. If you add up all the sides of shape B, you'll find that they equal 10 centimeters. The other shapes don't add up to 10 centimeters. Shape A is larger, shape C is 14 centimeters, and shape D is much larger. Question 60. What is the area of shape D? Is it A, 14 centimeters squared, B, 9 centimeters squared, C, 10 centimeters squared, or D, 12 centimeters squared? The correct answer is A, 14 centimeters squared. Explanation. Remember, that area is the amount of space inside the shape. Each little square inside shape D is 1 centimeter squared. If you count all the squares, you'll find there are 14 of them. So B and C are too small, and D is too large. Question 61. What is the area of shape C? Is it A, 10 centimeters squared, B, 12 centimeters squared, C, 10 centimeters squared, or D, 14 centimeters squared? The correct answer is A, 10 centimeters squared. Explanation. If you count up all the squares inside shape C, you'll see that there are 10 squares. So A is the correct answer. B is too many squares. C is just a repeat of A. And D is for the perimeter, not the area. Question 62. What is the perimeter of shape A? Is it A, 13 centimeters, B, 15 centimeters, C, 10 centimeters, or D, 14 centimeters? The correct answer is D, 14 centimeters. Explanation. Remember, perimeter means the distance around the outside. So if you add up all the sides of shape A, you get 14 centimeters. 13, 10, and 15 are incorrect and don't add up to the actual perimeter. Question 63. A hexagon has 6 sides that are each 4 centimeters long. What is the perimeter of the hexagon? Is it A, 32 centimeters, B, 18 centimeters, C, 20 centimeters, or D, 24 centimeters? The correct answer is D, 24 centimeters. Explanation. A hexagon has 6 sides, and each side is 4 centimeters. So to find the perimeter, we multiply 6 times 4, which equals 24 centimeters. A, B, and C are all incorrect and are the wrong calculations. Question 64. What is the perimeter of this shape? Is it A, 30 centimeters, B, 28 centimeters, C, 31 centimeters, D, 32 centimeters, or E, 29 centimeters? The correct answer is D, 32 centimeters. Explanation. Perimeter is the measure of the length around the shape. You have to add up all the sides. If you add all the sides carefully, you'll get a total of 32 centimeters. So A, B, C, and E are too small. Question 65. Each square on this diagram has an area of 1 centimeter squared. What is the area of the triangle? Is it A, 16 centimeters squared, B, 21 centimeters squared, C, 18 centimeters squared? Or D, 24 centimeters squared? The correct answer is C, 18 centimeters squared. Explanation: the triangle covers half of a rectangle. The rectangle is 6 squares wide and 6 squares tall. 6 times 6 is 36. Half of 36 is 18. 16, 21, and 24 are all incorrect calculations. I hope that explanation was helpful. Continue with question 66. Question 66. Mr. Styles has a rectangular vegetable patch. The perimeter, which is like the distance all the way around, is 28 meters. The two longest sides are each 10 meters long. We need to find out how wide the vegetable patch is. The options are A, 8 meters, B, 5 meters, C, 3 meters, D, 10 meters, or E, 4 meters. The correct answer is E, 4 meters. Here's how we figure that out. Remember, the perimeter is found by adding up all the sides. For a rectangle, that's 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So 28 meters equals 2 times 10 meters plus 2 times the width. That means 28 equals 20 plus 2 times the width. If we subtract 20 from 28, we get 8. So 8 equals 2 times the width. Then we divide 8 by 2, which gives us 4 meters. Why aren't the other answers correct? Well, 8 meters is too big, and 5 meters would make the perimeter too big as well. 3 meters would make it too small, and 10 meters wouldn't work either, because that's already the length. Question 67. Now let's calculate the perimeter of a pentagon. A pentagon has 5 sides, and each side is 8 centimeters long. The options are A, 38 centimeters, B, 29 centimeters, C, 24 centimeters, or D, 40 centimeters. The correct answer is D, 40 centimeters. To find the perimeter, we simply add up the length of each side. Since there are 5 sides and each is 8 centimeters long, we multiply 8 by 5, which equals 40 centimeters. The explanation mentions a diagram with one side smaller, making the answer 38 centimeters. However, based on the information you provided, all sides are equal. The other answers are incorrect because they are too small. Question 68. Let's move on to hexagons. We need to calculate the perimeter of a hexagon, where each side is 12 centimeters long. Your options are A, 60 centimeters, B, 84 centimeters, C, 72 centimeters, or D, 66 centimeters. The correct answer is C, 72 centimeters. A hexagon has 6 sides. If each side is 12 centimeters, we multiply 12 by 6, and that gives us 72 centimeters. 60 centimeters is too small, 84 centimeters is too large, and 66 centimeters isn't the right answer. Question 69. Now we're going to calculate both the area and the perimeter of a rectangle. This rectangle has a width of 47 centimeters and a length of 78 centimeters. Here are your options. A, area, 3,744 centimeters squared. Perimeter, 252 centimeters. B, area, 3,644 centimeters squared. Perimeter, 250 centimeters. C, area, 3,777 centimeters squared. Perimeter, 252 centimeters. D, area, 3,666 centimeters squared. Perimeter, 250 centimeters. The correct answer is D, area 3,666 centimeters squared, and perimeter 250 centimeters. To find the area, we multiply the width by the length. So 47 centimeters times 78 centimeters equals 3,666 centimeters squared. To find the perimeter, we add up all the sides. 2 times the width, 47 centimeters, plus 2 times the length, 78 centimeters, equals 250 centimeters. The other options are wrong because their area is not 3,666, or their perimeter is not 250. Question 70. Time for squares. We need to calculate the area and perimeter of a square with a width of 60 centimeters. Remember, all sides of a square are equal. Here are your options. A, area, 3,900 centimeters squared. Perimeter, 240 centimeters. B, area, 3,900 centimeters squared. Perimeter, 300 centimeters. C, area, 3,600 centimeters squared. Perimeter, 240 centimeters. D, area, 3,600 centimeters squared, perimeter 300 centimeters. The correct answer is C, area 3,600 centimeters squared and perimeter 240 centimeters. To find the area of a square, we multiply one side by itself. So 60 centimeters times 60 centimeters equals 3,600 centimeters squared. To find the perimeter, we add up all four sides. Since all sides are the same, we can multiply 60 centimeters by 4, which equals 240 centimeters. The other answers are incorrect because 3,900 and 300 are not the correct calculations. Question 71. This time we are finding the area and perimeter of a triangle with sides of 12 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and 20 centimeters. A. Area 80 centimeters squared, perimeter 47 centimeters. B. Area 72 centimeters squared, perimeter 44 centimeters. C. Area 72 centimeters squared, perimeter 47 centimeters. D. Area 80 centimeters squared, perimeter 44 centimeters. The correct answer is B, area 72 centimeters squared and perimeter 44 centimeters. The area is 1/2 base times height. 12 multiplied by 12 divided by 2 equals 72 centimeters squared. The perimeter is the sum of all the sides. 12 plus 12 plus 20 equals 44 centimeters. Option A and D are incorrect because the area is wrong, and option C is incorrect because the perimeter is wrong. Question 72. Find the area and perimeter of the triangle shown, with sides of 12 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and 10 centimeters, and a height of 18 centimeters. A. Area 90 centimeters squared, perimeter 34 centimeters. B. Area 60 centimeters squared, perimeter 34 centimeters. C. Area 60 centimeters squared, perimeter 52 centimeters. D. Area 90 centimeters squared, perimeter 52 centimeters. The correct answer is A, area 90 centimeters squared and perimeter 34 centimeters. Explanation. Remember, the area of a triangle is calculated as 1/2 times the base times the height. Here, the base is 10 centimeters and the height is 18 centimeters. So 10 multiplied by 18 equals 180. Then we divide 180 by 2, which gives us 90 centimeters squared. The perimeter is the total distance around the outside of the triangle. So we add up all the sides, 12 plus 12 plus 10, which equals 34 centimeters. Option B is incorrect because the area is wrong. Option C is incorrect because the perimeter is wrong. And option D is incorrect because the perimeter is wrong as well. Question 73. Calculate the area and perimeter of the compound shape below. Area options. A. Area 50 centimeters squared. B. Area 48 centimeters squared. C. Area 102 centimeters squared. D. Area 74 centimeters squared. Perimeter options. A. 38 centimeters. B. 27 centimeters. C. 30 centimeters. D. 35 centimeters. The correct answer is B, area 48 centimeters squared, and A, perimeter 38 centimeters. Explanation. To find the area of this compound shape, we can split it into two rectangles. One rectangle is 6 centimeters by 2 centimeters. 6 times 2 equals 12 centimeters squared. The other rectangle is 4 centimeters by 9 centimeters. 4 times 9 equals 36 centimeters squared. Now, add the two areas together. 12 plus 36 equals 48 centimeters squared. The perimeter is the total length around the outside of the shape. If you carefully add all the outer edges, you'll get 38 centimeters. Option A for the area is incorrect because 50 centimeters squared is too large. Options C and D for the area are also incorrect. Perimeter options B, C, and D are incorrect as well. Question 74. Calculate the area of the shaded part below. A. 42 centimeters squared. B. 56 centimeters squared. C. 58 centimeters squared. D. 67 centimeters squared. The correct answer is B, 56 centimeters squared. Explanation. The outer rectangle is 12 meters by 8 meters. 12 times 8 is 96 meters squared. The inner rectangle is 10 meters by 4 meters. 10 times 4 is 40 meters squared. To find the shaded area, subtract the inner rectangle's area from the outer rectangle's area. 96 minus 40 equals 56 meters squared. Option A is incorrect because 42 is too small. Options C and D are incorrect because those values are too high. Question 75. How many tiles fit in the room below? A. 37 tiles. B. 48 tiles. C. 40 tiles. D. 29 tiles. The correct answer is C. 40 tiles. Explanation. The room area is 100 centimeters by 40 centimeters, which equals 4,000 centimeters squared. Each tile is 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, so 100 centimeters squared. To find out how many tiles fit, divide the room area by the tile area. 4,000 divided by 100 equals 40 tiles. Options A, B, and D are incorrect because those divisions are incorrect. Question 76. Carlos tiled a section of his bathroom floor. The floor was 3 feet wide and 4 feet long. What was the area of the section of his floor? A. 14 square feet. B. 12 square feet. C. 16 square feet. D. 24 square feet. The correct answer is B. 12 square feet. Explanation. To find the area, multiply the width by the length. 3 feet times 4 feet equals 12 square feet. Option A is incorrect because 14 is not the product of 3 and 4. Options C and D are incorrect because those are not the correct dimensions. Question 77. Vivan painted a wall that measured 8 feet high and 4 feet long. How many square feet did he paint? A. 24 square feet. B. 12 square feet. C. 16 square feet. D. 32 square feet. The correct answer is D. 32 square feet. Explanation. To find the area, multiply the height by the length. 8 feet times 4 feet equals 32 square feet. Options A, B, and C are incorrect because those do not reflect the correct multiplication. Question 78. Lillian used square-inch mirror tiles to cover the surface of her jewelry box. The surface was 5 inches long and 3 inches high. How many tiles did she use? A. 8 tiles. B. 15 tiles. C. 10 tiles. D. 13 tiles. The correct answer is B. 15 tiles. Explanation. To find the number of tiles, multiply the length by the height. 5 times 3 equals 15 tiles. Option A is incorrect because 8 is too small. Options C and D are incorrect because those are not the result of 5 times 3. Question 79 states, Krish laid square-foot concrete tiles on his patio. The patio was 4 feet long and 7 feet wide. How many concrete tiles did he use? The options are A. 28 tiles, B. 20 tiles, C. 22 tiles, and D. 19 tiles. The correct answer here is A. 28 tiles. Now, how did we get that? Well, to find the area of the patio, we need to multiply the length by the width. That means we multiply 4 feet by 7 feet, which gives us 28 square feet. So Krish used 28 tiles. Options B, C, and D are incorrect because they are not the product of 4 and 7. Moving on to question 80. Christopher drew a square that had a length of 4 centimeters. What is the area of the square? The choices are A. 8 centimeters squared, B. 12 centimeters squared, C. 11 centimeters squared, and D. 16 centimeters squared. The correct answer is D. 16 centimeters squared. Remember, the area of a square is found by multiplying the length of one side by itself. So in this case, we multiply 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters, which equals 16 centimeters squared. Options A, B, and C are incorrect because they are not the result of 4 squared, meaning 4 times 4. Question 81 says, Janet planted grass in her yard. Her yard is 2 meters long and 3 meters wide. How many square meters of grass did she plant? The options are A. 6 square meters, B. 9 square meters, C. 5 square meters, and D. 12 square meters. The correct answer is A, 6 square meters. To find the area, we multiply the length by the width. So 2 meters multiplied by 3 meters equals 6 square meters. Options B, C, and D are incorrect because they don't match the correct product of 2 and 3. Finally, question 82. May wants to know the area of her television. It is 3 feet high and 4 feet long. What is the area of her television? The possible answers are A, 7 square feet, B, 9 square feet, C, 12 square feet, and D, 15 square feet. The correct answer is C, 12 square feet. To find the area of the television, we multiply its height by its length. 3 feet times 4 feet equals 12 square feet. Therefore, options A, B, and D are incorrect because they are not the correct result of multiplying 3 by 4.
So now I'm going to be going through the answers to the MBR section of this homework. So these ones are all code questions. So the code ones are quite good and easy to answer once you know how to do them, as they're quite logical. So for these, what you do is you find 2 of the boxes that have a letter in common in the same place. So either the first letter is the same or the second letter is the same, and then you find out what shape or pattern they also have in common in the box. So what I mean by that is, so this one and this one, so the first and the fourth one both have an A as the first letter, and what they both have in common is an arrow pointing to the right. So the test shape also has an arrow pointing to the right, so the first letter here will also be an A. So we can rule out those 3 options because they don't have an A as the first letter. Just to confirm, these 2 also have the same letter as the first letter. They both have a B, and they both have an arrow pointing to the left. So we know it's not going to be that. It's not going to start with a B. So now onto the second letter. So these 2 both have a H as the second letter, and what they both have in common is how this arrow and lines are arranged. They both have an arrow pointing up on the right and an arrow pointing down on the left. So let's look at the one in the test shape. It's arranged like that. It's arranged in the same way as this one, and the second letter here was a D. So the answer has got to be AD, so the answer is C. Next question. So these 2 both have a Z as the first letter, and what do they both have in common? They both have 3 arrowheads. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In the test shape, we've got 2, same as this one. So the first letter has got to be a V, so we can rule out those 3 options in the middle. Next, let's look at the second letter. These 2 both have a T as the second letter, and what do they both have in common? They both have an arrow pointing to the right at the top. So we know that the second letter is to do with the other arrow in the shape. So in the test shape, so we know the second letter has either got to be a G or a W. So as you can see here, it's a double-ended arrow that we've got, which is the same as this one, and this box has a W as the second letter, so we know this one has also got to be a W as the second letter. So the answer has got to be E, VW. Next question. So these 2 both have an S as the first letter, and they both have black triangles. The test shape has a grey one, same as this one, And the first letter here is an R. It's got to be an R here as well. So we can rule out those two options. Now let's look at the second letter. So these two both have an F as the second letter. And as you can see, the triangles are arranged in the same way, with the right angle of the triangle in the bottom left corner. So in the test shape, we've got the triangle like this, with the right angle in the top left corner, same as in this one. And the second letter here is a Y, so it's got to be a Y here, RY. The answer is A. Next question. These two both have a U as the first letter. And what do they both have in common? This triangle, which is kind of like pointing to the right side. In the answer shape thing, that triangle is sort of pointing down, like it is in this one. And the first letter here is a D, so it's got to be a D. So we can rule out those three options. Now let's look at the second letter. These two both have a B as the second letter. And what do they both have in common? They both have a circle as the shape. In this answer box, we've got this square sort of with curved edges shape, same as this one. Second letter here is a T. It's got to be a T here. DT, the answer is B. Next question. So here, these two both have an A as the first letter, and what do they have in common? So for this one, I'm also going to look at the other ones. So here we've got a P and an N. So the other two are not similar to each other either. So at first I thought the A might be to do with the black triangle, but it's actually to do with the number of shapes. So the first box and the fourth one both have 3 shapes. 1, 2, 3. The second box has 2 shapes. 1, 2. And the third box only has 1. That's why the second and third box have different first letters. So the first letter is to do with the number of shapes in the box. Here we've got 1, 2. So the first letter here will be a P. So we can rule out those 3 options. Next, let's go on to the second letter. So these two both have a B as the second letter. And what do they both have in common? They both have 1, 2 black shapes. 1, 2. 2 black shapes. How many black shapes are in the test shape? 1. Same as here. And the second letter here is Z. PZ. So the answer is A. Last question. So these two both have an F as the first letter. What do they both have in common? 1, 2, 1, 2. They both got 2 lines. This one's got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, same as this one. First letter here is a J. It's going to be a J here as well. We can rule out those 3 options. Ruling out options makes it easier, so do that when you're answering the questions. Next, these two both have a D as the second letter. What do they both have in common? They both have 1, 2, 1, 2 black circles. This one's got 1, 2, 3. Same as this one. 1, 2, 3. Second letter here is a H. Second letter here will be a H. JH. So the answer is C. And that's it.
Let's keep going with our word puzzle fun. Question 89. I lost my best hat. The choices are A, my, B, at, C, that, and D, best. The answer is C, that. Now, how did we get that? Well, if we look at the words best and hat together, the end of the first word and the beginning of the second word combine to make the hidden word best hat spells out that. A, B, and D don't work because they don't make a real 4-letter word when you combine parts of the words. Question 90. I spend time at home. Your choices are A, meet, B, eat, C, is, and D, pent. The answer here is A, meet. Can you see it? The end of the word time and the beginning of at combine to give us time at, which spells meet. Options B, C, and D don't work because they are not formed from this combination of words. Question 91. No seats were left. The options are A, C, B, nose, C, we, and D, real. The correct answer is B, nose. The end of no and the start of seats spell no seats, which makes nose. The other choices don't follow our hidden word rule. Question 92. Sea monsters like eating cabbage. Your options are A, amen, B, seam, C, eat, and D, cab. The answer is B, seam. See how sea and monsters go together to spell sea monsters, which makes seam? The other options don't make sense in our word puzzle. Question 93. The passengers swam ashore. The choices are A, pass, B, ash, C, EPA, and D, mash. The answer here is D, mash. The end of swam and the start of ashore combine to spell swam ashore, which makes mash. The other options don't create a four-letter English word. Question 94. Fatima saw Ted after school. You can choose from A, fat, B, ought, C, daft, and D, Timas. The correct answer is C, daft. When we look at the words Ted and after, we see Ted after, which spells daft. The other answers don't work because they aren't hidden in those two words. Question 95. James will carry our bags. Your choices are A, your, B, ill, C, car, and D, bag. The answer is A, your. Do you see how the end of carry and the beginning of our make carry our, which spells your? The other choices aren't hidden like that. Question 96. Arav took the fabric home. The options are A2, BA, C, thef, and D, rich. The answer is D, rich. The end of fabric and the start of home combine as fabric home, which spells rich. The other options don't make a real four-letter word. Question 97. The gremlin evaporated at once. The choices are A, H-E-G, B, line, C, dat, and D, aten. The answer is B, line. Can you spot it? The end of gremlin and the start of evaporated make gremlin evaporated, which spells line. The others don't work in our word game. Question 98. It's safe around the factory. Your options are A, ear, B, round, C, thichef, and D, fear. The answer is D, fear. When we look at safe and around, we get safe around, which spells fear. The other options aren't the hidden word we're looking for. Question 99. We saw koalas this morning. Your choices are A, wes, B, s'more, C, alas, and D, last. The answer is D, last. See how the end of koalas and the start of this spell koalas this, which makes last. The other options don't fit our hidden word pattern. Question 100. Caleb asked for help. The options are A, ask, B, bask, C, KEDF, and D, ELP. The answer is B, bask. The end of asked and the beginning of for combine to spell asked for, which makes bask. The other choices don't make a valid four-letter word from the pair. And that wraps up our Year 4 Homework 21 video walkthrough. Good job, everyone.